Hello, hi. My name is Raymond, and this is the video summary for my critical arts practice module. So I just want to talk a little bit about the project that I am meant to submit in May this year. So basically, my own sort of my the idea that I have for the project emerged out of my own thinking, sort of around this year when the virus during the outbreak of the virus. So I wanted to kind of explore the idea of care and art and how those two sort of things sort of interconnect. How can we interconnect these two things? So that's what the project is going to be based on. I will just talk a little bit about the style of the project and what I intend to do. So I am my plan is to basically do photography. So I'm going to take 10 photographs of care workers in black and white, and basically it is going to be produced, or I'm going to produce the photos in black and white because I want to sort of create something that's kind of classic or timeless. The I want to sort of take very candid photos in sort of motion. I'm going to use a very small camera, and it's going to be the people that are going to be in the photos are not going to be aware. I'm not going to tell them. Obviously, I'm going to seek consent after the photos have been taken, but I'm not going to tell them because I want to sort of capture them when when they are immersed in what they are doing. And these photos are going to be of care workers, so just keep that in mind as well. Yeah, so I'll talk a bit about so where did I get the idea for the project? Why care? So it basically took shape around, I think, last year in September when I found out that we had to do the proposal, and we had to do sort of an art we had to do a proposal for an art project. So I was reading a book called Enduring Time by Lisa Barrister, and that's where I discovered the artist that really sort of inspired me to pursue this project, sort of when the project and what sort of the idea that underpins the project is care. And the book is called Enduring Time, and the author sort of did profiles on a couple of artists, actually a lot of artists, but I read about two that really inspired me. Their work inspired me. So there's one called Maria Leatherman Ukele, and she's an American artist based in New York, and she did a lot of work in the 1980s that sort of interconnected these two things that I want to explore in my project as well. So she did a lot of work around art and feminism, care, maintenance care, what that idea means, and how she basically wanted to sort of explore how women's relationship to care and how that sort of goes back to feminism, because she basically thought that women's association with care, or the idea of care's association with femininity, sort of limited women's freedom. So that was the basis of her artwork. There's one called the other one is called Richard Billingham, and he is based in the UK, and he did a lot of work around photographs in the 1990s, I think, of his family. And he basically wanted to sort of explore this idea of vulnerability. So he took photos of his family, and the kind of conditions they were living in the 90s. This was during the time of Margaret Thatcher's government, and there was a lot of poverty, especially in the northern part of England. And he wanted to sort of explore that idea of how people sort of interpret care in family relationships, and he wanted to sort of capture those moments of vulnerability. I am really excited for this project, and I hope this I've sort of given a summary or this idea is sort of coherent enough. What I'm doing now is coherent enough for you guys to understand. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you.